People living around San Francisco Bay are getting tired of reports like this.
3 million gallons of sewage spills into San Francisco Bay.
The Bay Area from Marin County to San Mateo is ground zero for the breakdown of infrastructure nobody likes to think about. Sewers. You ever think about it?
Only when it doesn't work.
Close to where I live, they are redoing the sewer lines, so I guess that would be an inconvenience.
But people throughout California are getting reminders that what's out of sight may not stay out of mind.
This is just one type of pipe.
Across California, aging pipes, pumps, and explosive growth are overwhelming and wearing out our sewers. More than 4.5 million miles of sewer pipes snake beneath California. As this television camera shows, much of it is cracked, blocked by tree roots, or plugged with kitchen grease.
Safety, we're going to note it as grease.
2.7 million gallons of raw and partially treated sewage overflowed from the South Marin Sanitation District's waste treatment facility in Mill Valley.
Between January 2007 and May 2008, those pipes accidentally spilled more than 31.5 million gallons of human waste. California's State Water Resources Control Board and 9 regional water boards enforce water quality standards. That job includes issuing permits to more than 1,300 sewage collection and treatment systems. The boards also help communities finance the costs of building and upgrading their sewer systems. At as much as $2.5 million per mile of pipe, the cost adds up fast. Water is the first word in Modesto's slogan. The historic arch doesn't say anything about wastewater.
We definitely want growth to pay for its share of infrastructure. It would not be equitable if we were to put that new growth piece onto the existing rate-paying public.
Nick Penny runs Modesto's Public Works Department. He says the city is aggressively upgrading its aging sewers as the population grows. But even with a good plan, Modesto is running all out to avoid disaster.
We got a call for a 4-inch hole that was in the roadway.
Tony Souza is Modesto's wastewater collection supervisor. When his crew took a look down this small hole, they found big trouble.
We actually discovered that there was about a 20-foot section that was completely gone, and the only thing really bridging this area was the asphalt itself.
This is a turnout for school buses, loading and unloading children, as well as a school parking lot. The city ended up repairing about 400 feet of pipe, almost a block's worth of sewer. Modesto has more than $400 million budgeted to head off trouble. Modesto's sewer plant is constantly being upgraded too, and it shares a problem with many other plants across the country. It's built in a floodplain. Federal law now prohibits that.
MID decided that they were going to go ahead and release, and they estimated that the elevation was going to flood up to 66 feet. Well, of course, we're here at 63 feet. Everything was underwater, probably as tall as I am.
The treatment plant in Tiny Angels Camp is flooded too, but that's not the Gold Country town's immediate concern.
Stelty out here wants to put some more houses and he can't.
Picturesque Angels Camp has 2 stoplights and about 12,000 toilets. All the town's sewage reaches the treatment plant through a small network of old 12-inch pipes.
This is part of the line that's too small.
The small sewer district and its 4,500 customers are in the 3rd phase of a $40 million system upgrade. The city says the average sewer bill here is about $70 a month, compared to a national average of about $24. But city engineer Gary Gio says those old pipes still create a bottleneck that's strangling growth.
The collection system in Angels Camp is approximately 50 years old, and over the years, of course, due to economics, there wasn't enough money to do a lot of replacements in the system.
San Diego has the oldest sewer system in California. The number of people using that system has tripled in the last 45 years. Not long ago, those aging pipes were spilling sewage every day.
In 2000, we were running about 365 spills a year.
John Robertus is executive officer of the San Diego Regional Water Quality Control Board. He says when people in his area experience a sewer breakdown, it's at the beach. It can make them sick.
For this region, the discharges
more than 85% goes into the ocean. Bacteria going into swimming waters at the beaches is our primary concern.
Finally, the San Diego Regional Water Quality Board, environmental groups, and the U.S. EPA took the city to court. The resulting agreement requires San Diego fix the past while preparing for the future.
We have almost 3,000 miles in our system, so even though we're doing 45 miles a year, we expect to be doing that for quite a long time into the future to catch up.
San Diego cut the number of spills to 62 in 2008, but the region's wildly varying terrain is a challenge, and the city struggles to catch up.
We're in a sensitive canyon area. We're in a wet area. They're running into a lot of saturated soil and a lot of rocks.
Like Angels Camp, San Diego's hills and canyons require a lot of pumping, which drives up operating and maintenance costs. The MWWD estimates a cost of $2.4 million a mile to actually dig up and replace pipe. So they try to do something else when possible.
What we can do is extend the life from 35 to 50 years of this pipeline by putting a liner in, which is then inflated and then cured.
San Diego and other districts can cut pipe rehabilitation to $800,000 a mile this way and add decades to the life of a pipe. Rehabilitation also minimizes neighborhood inconvenience. San Diego MWWD handles sewage from nearly 1.25 million customers. What isn't recycled is sent here to Point Loma for treatment before the clean water is pumped more than 4 miles out to sea. Point Loma handles an average 165 million gallons of raw sewage a day, but it hit its peak of 432 million gallons during some heavy weather. Stormwater flowed in through cracked pipes and leaky joints in the system. The Threat State Water Board Chair, Charlie Hoppin, says is facing every sewer system in California.
We're dealing with a very aging sewer system in the state of California. Many of the pipes are 100 years or more old. They have significant cracks in them. In times of high storm events, we have an infiltration of storm water into the sewer systems, which overwhelms many of the sewer systems in the state. We see it up and down the state. It's not a localized issue.
Stormwater rushing into old, cracked, and broken pipes is a culprit in recent big spills in San Francisco Bay, as well as the state's rivers, creeks, and streams. Stormwater is the next big challenge for communities and water regulators, but meantime, millions of miles of sewer pipe crumble beneath us, waiting for repair or replacement.